You need to stop worrying. You have nothing to fear, and you need to make sure you practice self-care every day. I don't know who this message is for, but I did a card pull, and it's very similar to a lot of readings I've done lately here, especially the you need to stop worrying card. I think some of you are so worried and so anxious about everything going on that you've neglected everything. Like, I don't know, some of you you're not taking showers. I don't know what's going on. Like, really, you got to stop living in fear. That's what the enemy wants. And I'm going to do more videos about this, but emotions carry a frequency. I didn't know this until the past couple of years. Pretty much everything has a frequency, gives off a vibration. People, emotions, the planet itself, objects, everything. This is scientifically proven. And some people are afraid to believe this, like I brought it up before, and there are people who are like, I believe in God, I don't believe in frequencies. Well, who do you think created the frequencies? I'm trying to tell you like how it sort of works on the back end. When we talk about raising the frequency, raising the vibration, it means that's how we ascend. That's how, like, some of us are living on a fear-based timeline, is what I keep getting. I've gotten a lot of downloads about this lately. Some of us have heard the theory that the earth may have been created originally as a living library. And if you look at the Bible, especially from a supernatural perspective, there's a whole lot of stuff mentioned about books, about the living word. Imagine this. Just imagine that there were maybe these beings that this book refers to as fallen angels, because they can't rise above a certain dimension, a certain frequency. And the dimensions are kind of related to frequencies, okay? Now, that book that I just showed you isn't going to say all that, because why would it? That book is kind of like the fairy tale VeggieTales version of reality. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the cartoon VeggieTales. There's stories like Davy and Goliath, like a very watered down version of David and Goliath. Thinking that you know everything based on the Bible. Like a little kid thinking they know the story of David and Goliath based on Davy and Goliath. Not the same. You gotta understand, that book I just showed you also, like, it has the truth in it, but it's an allegory. And it was published, written, assembled by societies that are in cahoots with those beings I just mentioned, fallen angels, because what they did is they told you the truth, but they couched it in. Anyway, some of you know what I'm talking about. And at this point, honestly, I'm getting the download that we're not supposed to, those of us who are called to be like messengers, like me, we can't continue to worry about the ones who don't get it. They will at some point. But the way we shift out of this fear-based timeline is to write our own story. To stop the worry, to stop the fear. The fear is what the enemy wants. We were given this amazing electromagnetic grid here, where we can have experiences here on earth that we couldn't have other places. And I know a lot of people are conditioned. I know we think this is all there is because that's what we were told. We were told a whole lot that isn't true. That doesn't mean everything in here is a lie. No. Jesus came to show us the way. That's one of the keys here. And the reason, when I'm talking about frequencies, unconditional love actually has a frequency. All, like, the negative vibrating emotions, like those frequencies, anger, sadness, trauma, all the trauma that the religions, governments, politics, all that leads to trauma, and that trauma gives a very low vibration. So we all get stuck in that, thinking that's all this experience is on this earth, but really we're here for something much, much greater. We talk about raise the vibration, like enlightenment, these higher vibrating emotions like joy, love, peace, authenticity. Actually, all of these are higher vibrating emotions. We separate ourselves from the negative, and some of us are already experiencing this, where the negative emotions don't even agree with us anymore. Like, we sort of repel them. Unconditional love gives off a frequency. It helps raise your frequency, like literally raise your frequency. You don't see it. We don't see it in our 3D reality, but there's science behind it. Governments know this. We've been told our whole lives that it's not a thing. Anyway, unconditional love changes your frequency. You don't realize the power of your thoughts and your emotions. It changes the air around you. It changes the energy around you. It changes the cells in your body. Some of you know what I'm talking about. I know some of you aren't ready to hear that yet. But I honestly believe there is a lot of biblical basis for this. And I'm going to talk about it more later, but anyway. You need to stop worrying. You're giving the enemy what they want. Okay? Yeah, okay. Are things happening in the news that were written in here? Yeah. Oh, really? It's like they told us what they were going to do and now they're doing it, huh? If you want to ascend, concentrate on the positive emotions. The fear, the worry, that's what the enemy wants. They wrote the story for you. It's time for you to write your own story. It's time for us to write our own story, to ground ourselves in the new earth where we all are going to ascend.